Good morning, friends. Welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in Achievers MCQ series for retail banking and wealth management. Today's topic is objective questions on DSAs in banking. DSA means direct selling agents. Okay, so we'll cover this topic completely. Watch this video till the end. Also, we'll be discussing the issues related to DSAs. What are their roles, responsibilities, what are their problems. So, watch the video till the end. Firstly, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you'll be getting all the premium study material, current affairs, job alerts, daily quizzes, plus live video lectures, plus question banks, plus tests. Whatever we need for JAIIB and CIB, we get it over here. Okay. Also, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you'll be getting all the updates for JAIIB, CIB, and various banking exams. Also, the free YouTube series on various subjects you'll be getting it over here. So that's why firstly subscribe to this, also click on the bell icon. These are the two new batches which are coming up for JIIB, English and bilingual both. All the 4 subjects are covered, but more on this later. So what is the session? Okay, what is the schedule for the session today? So here firstly we'll be discussing what are DSAs. What are their roles and responsibilities, and then we'll be going to the objective questions. Also, while discussing the roles and responsibilities, we'll be discussing their problems. What all are the mis-sellings done by the DSAs? Okay, let's move on. So DSAs, direct selling agents. Now what are these DSAs? Before going into the theory part, I would just give you the brief summary of this DSA concepts here. What has happened is many of the banks, private banks mainly, even nationalized banks now, private banks have appointed them as DSAs and nationalized banks have appointed them as anyone. Can anyone tell me? What do nationalized banks call these persons? These DSAs? These are private agents over there. They call it BCs, right? Business correspondent. Similar role. Only the name is different, but logic is similar. These are both DSA as well as this BC. Both are outsourced agents. Remember, important part, outsourced. Okay, outsourced means they are not on the payroll of the bank. So what happens? What is the advantage for this? Bank doesn't have to recruit a staff for that. Number one. Number two, the person is not on the payroll. So what happens? He or she does the business and that's it. They get the money. So that is a major advantage to the banks, because they can expand the business without going into some village. So they can appoint a DSA over there or BC over there, isn't it? Yeah. So DSAs are agencies appointed by banks to source the business for them on fee basis. See, this fee basis means that you do the business and we'll give you the fees. That's it. Commission agent. Okay, same logic. So that's why what is the advantage? The employee cost is saved over there. Employee cost, branch cost, everything is saved. In DSA what happens? You just give the DSA the agency. The DSA operates from his or her office or from the home, isn't it? Banks which do not have branch penetration and geography to service a large section of customers seek the help of DSAs for sourcing business on behalf of the bank, and also complete the preliminary formalities for acquiring the customers. Remember, preliminary, this I am marking the important words over here. Preliminary over here. Then second is penetration. Okay, means what is the point in this DSS here? There are many villages in India which are far off. Also many city areas also. Bank can't have a branch in every corner of the city, right? So what does it have to do? In cities, it has to appoint DSAs. So what does that DSA do? He or she will source the business from the local area. Okay. Similarly, in villages, many of the villages are so far off that banks can't go there and set up a branch because the costing would be huge. So what does the bank do? The bank appoints a BC over there, nationalized bank generally. We appoint BCs over there. So that's why even though we don't have the branch penetration in that area, we can source the business from there, isn't it? And the second part over here is for sourcing the business and doing the preliminary formalities. Now what do you mean by preliminary formalities? Preliminary formalities means number one, speaking to the customer. Speaking new customer. Customer means speaking to prospects. I'll write it, okay, because they are not customers right now, so they are the prospects, okay. Second, sourcing the business. Sourcing the business means what? A very important part is getting the documents. See this, getting documents. Now what do you mean by getting the documents here? The important part about DSA is DSA and BCs basically, they can get the documents. They can't open the accounts. They are not allowed to open the account because these are private agencies. How can bank hand over the role of decision making to private agencies? They can only be given the job of sourcing the documents, right? So these are the three important words in this. What? Penetration, sourcing and preliminary. Okay. Okay. Now a question time for you. Let me ask you one or two questions. Okay. Firstly, is DSA the employee of the bank? Number one. Yes or no? Is DSA the employee of the bank? Yes or no? Only two answers, yes or no. Obviously correct? No, 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 no. Very good. DSA is not the employee. Okay. Number two. Is DSA allowed to decide on opening the accounts? Is DSA allowed to decide on opening the accounts? Yes or no? Correct. No. Okay. So what is the role of DSA then? What is the role of DSA? What does he do? He just gets the documents. Okay. Sources the documents. Okay. Roles and responsibilities. Okay. So DSAs are primarily engaged in sourcing credit cards and retail loans. Here, mainly these DSAs were formed by the lending agencies earlier. Now they have grown into both liabilities and assets. Earlier these DSAs were only for assets, means almost 15 years back, 10 to 15 years back. All these DSAs were mainly for assets and they were in private banks only. Private banks used to do huge business using DSAs, okay, private and foreign banks. Now these nationalized banks have also started using the name BCs, okay. So earlier they were only for assets, now they have been used for liabilities as well. Both. Liabilities means saving current FDs, okay. Saving current FDs, okay. So this, even liabilities are nowadays sourced using the DSAs. So primarily engaged in sourcing credit cards and retail loans. Earlier they were, even now, presently also, credit cards and retail loans. Retail loans means what? Personal loan, home loan, these are main retail loans. You check it. You generally, whenever you want a home loan from any, even nationalized banks nowadays, you see the credit card and retail loans are sourced by the DSAs, private agencies. Banks don't go into that, okay. The appointed DSA appoints field personnel. Here, DSA is given to a company, firm it can be. It can be proprietary firm, it can be partnership firm, anything. Or it can be private limited also. So, this bank gives the appointment to the firm. That firm will appoint personnel. See here, bank does that agreement with the firm, okay, company. Okay, and then firm will appoint all these persons over here. Bank is not concerned with how many employees they are deploying for the same. Bank only does the agreement with the firm and at a fixed commission basis. Okay. So the DSA appoints field personnel and supplemented by telecallers. Now this telecalling is also done by the DSA only, this firm. It's similar to that of LIC agents. Here LIC was the first person in this world in nationalized banks, nationalized sector, which was appointing DSAs. What are LIC agents? LIC agents, are LIC agents the paid employees of LIC? No, they are agents, work on commission basis. So LIC had given this concept since 1950s, okay, but we bankers took it later now. So supplemented by telecallers. The telecallers are also appointed by this firm only. It is not appointed by the bank. Start the marketing process. Okay, means the telecallers will call the customers, send the agents to the customers to get the business, right? So follow up to meet the customers and convert them into sales. So all these agents will bring the documents and give it to the bank. Okay, they can't decide whether to open the account, whether to give the loan or not, whatever it is. Okay, they are just to collect the documents and give the documents to the bank. That's it. Okay, so their commission is only based on getting the documents and giving it to the bank, and then bank doing the business, and they'll get a commission for this. Okay. Okay, so roles and responsibilities means, okay, let me come back to it again. The DSA personnel or officers are appointed by whom? Are appointed by bank or by the DSA? Who appoints the who appoints the field officers for DSA? Bank or the DSA? Who appoints it? Correct? DSA appoints it. Who appoints the telecallers for DSA? Bank or DSA? Correct. DSA himself or herself appoints it. Okay. Now the problems of DSAs. What are the problems here? As DSAs have advantages, they also have disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? Mis-selling. Huge big problem, because here these DSAs are only for business. They get commission on sales. Okay. So they'll try to do as much sales as possible. So mis-selling by DSAs has been rampant, especially in credit card space, which makes the customer fall into the debt trap by misusing the cards. Mainly these credit cards and loans, okay, even not only credit cards, this personal loan and consumer loans, okay, that is a huge problem DSAs do while selling it. Make false promises. They don't give the real concept or real logic of this credit card and this loans also. Even for account opening, while collecting the documents, many of the DSAs promise anything which can't be fulfilled by the bank, right? Similarly, the pricing of the loans are not explained clearly, right? Isn't it? Pricing of the loans or even the asset liabilities now, the saving account opening or loan opening. So both the things, even for saving account, DSAs many a times don't give them the AMB. AMB means average monthly balance. They don't give it correctly. So many of the DSAs, we have, it happens that they open the account on zero account basis, zero balance basis, but actually there is an AMB over there. So that is called as mis-selling. Okay. Ultimately, this will result in dissatisfaction of the customers and reputation risk of the bank, isn't it? Even though the mistake is done by the DSA, but the customer will not think of the DSA. He won't blame the DSA. He will blame he or she. Basically, he or she will blame the bank, right? Got it? So what is the main problem in mis-selling of DSAs? What do they don't tell the customers? What do they don't tell the customers from this slide only? They don't tell the correct pricing, cost. Okay. Yeah. Before going ahead about the new batches which are coming up, remember in these batches we will be covering all the numericals, objective questions, theory part, one-liners, case studies, whatever is required for all these four subjects: PPB, IFS, AFM and RBWM. Now there are various discounts available. Okay, that I'll come to it later. Okay, in the end. So now the question time. The primary responsibility of DSA is, so what is the responsibility? What is the role of that DSA? Means because DSA is the representative of the bank after all, isn't it? So give me the answer: A, B, C or D. Let's call this A, B, C, D. Okay. So this is A, B, C or D. Decide if the account can be opened or not. Is this a responsibility of the DSA? Decide if the loan can be given or not. Collect the documents and none of the above. So what is the answer? Let's call this A, B, C and D. Give me the answer fast. A, B, C or D. Everyone? Correct? It is D. Collect the documents. The DSA can't decide whether the account can be opened or not, and whether the loan can be given or not. Okay, clear? DSA builds the client base of banking for banking direct sales through. Means how does the DSA contact the customers? So what are the options? Number one is prospecting, networking and referrals on field. Means in the open field, going in the city. Capturing the walk-ins in the bank. Means whoever customer comes in the bank, that customer is captured by the DSA. Is it so? Both A and B means DSA can do both in the field also, and he can capture the walk-ins also. And last is none of the above. So what is the answer? A, B, C or D? Prospecting, networking and referrals on the field, or capturing the customers in the branch. Yeah? Or C. Is he allowed to do both? Have you seen any DSA in the branch, sitting in the branch? Have you seen anyone? No, right? DSAs are not allowed to sit in the branch. So C is out. So C is out means B is out. D is obviously out. So the answer is A, going in the field. Right? Going in the field and collecting the documents, sourcing the customers, right? Move on. Clear? DSA cannot sit in the branch. Benefit of DSA. So what is the benefit of DSA? It reduces the operational cost. It saves man hours and manpower in the banks. It enables the banker to cater to the needs of the individuals. Means banker can focus more on the needs of that customer, and all of the above. So what is the answer? A, B, C or D? A, B, C and D. Which is the answer? Reduces the operational cost, correct or no? Is DSA the employee of the bank? No. So it will definitely reduce the cost, right? It saves man hours, working hours you can call, working hours and manpower workforce in the banks, right? Because this is the outsourced agent. So that is also true. If two are true, it means the answer will definitely be D, right? Because even the banker, if you are freed from the daily task of doing the routine jobs, see here, always routine jobs are given to the DSAs. So if the banker is freed from doing the routine job, the banker will be more focused on the needs of the individuals, needs of the customers of the bank, isn't it? So all A, B and C are true. So the answer is correct. Everyone has answered this, all of the above. Nice. A typical job description of bank's DSA may include. So what is the JD of that job? JD means job description. Means what? What is the DSA expected to do? So let's see. Develop new business prospects in specific geographic areas through cold calls. Cold calls means, what do you mean by cold call? Cold call means calling the new customers and going them and meeting, getting the business from the non-customers of the bank. Second, interacts with the existing customers to increase the sales of the bank's products and services. That is also done. Huh? See here, it's not that DSA can't contact the existing customer. DSA can contact the existing customers, but not in the bank. DSA can go outside because after all they are living in the field, isn't it? So DSA can definitely go outside and call the existing customers and get the cross-selling products from them, isn't it? So familiar with the, see here, we are looking at the JD, okay? Familiar with the standard concepts, practices and procedures with the particular field. Means, is this required for the DSA? That he should be conversant with the standard concepts, practices, procedures in the banking or in the loan department. If the DSA is for loan, then for loan. If the DSA is for account opening, then account opening. So are all the three criteria required for the DSA, or is only one of them required? So what is the answer? A, B, C or D? Which one? Correct. The answer is obviously D, because cold calls is to be done, existing customers he can contact, and the customer, the DSA should know the practices and procedures in the field. Okay. DSA should not. So what are the limitations for DSA? What should the DSA should not do? So number one, contact the prospect for any product or services to be offered. Means, shouldn't the DSA contact any new customer? Prospect means what? The one who is not the customer of the bank, but he or she can be the customer. So shouldn't DSA contact them? Number A. Number B, inform the prospect about the business or organization names or falsely represent themselves. Means falsely is out. So and or represent themselves. Means, shouldn't DSA, whenever suppose imagine somebody comes into your home for home loan, some DSA. So shouldn't the DSA introduce himself or herself about their business or the organization's name? Means from which company they have come, what is the bank they are representing, So shouldn't it do it? Shouldn't DSA do it? So inform the prospect about the business or organization name or represent themselves. So we are talking of should not. DSA should not do this. So should he do this? Yes. Should DSA do this? Inform the prospect? Yes. Make any false or unauthorized commitment on the behalf of the bank for any facility or service. Should he do this? DSA? No, correct. So DSA should not do C. This is the answer. DSA should not make any false commitment to any customer because DSA is after all representing the bank. The image of the bank gets spoiled. Okay. So now about the batches which I was talking of. There are huge discounts available here. As I told you, we cover all the numericals, objective questions, everything. What is required for these 4 papers. Okay. Now important part over here is the discount part. Here. Let's go to Adda 24/7 live. And on Adda 24/7 live, once you go there, see this. If you are having the app, go on the app because you will get 1% extra discount. Okay. Click on JAIIB and CIB. Now you will see this JAIIB, CIB, Mahabag, CIB 23, JAIIB 23. Okay. Click on JAIIB 23. Once you click on JAIIB 23, look at this. Now all the batches you will be seeing. See this JAIIB batch starting from January 13th. Okay. Click on this batch. So once you click on this batch, you will get the details of that batch. What are the timings? When is the batch starting? What is the study plan given over there? What are the subjects? Plus many details over there. You can go on and on and on, read them at your ease. I'll just give you the important ones here. Very important one is recorded videos are available at any time because many a times in today's banking culture I've seen the pressure. It's so huge pressure for the sales that we many a time don't get the time to attend the class. Okay, so in that case you can definitely have the recorded videos also. There are two-way interactive classes, means you can ask the questions anytime during the class. Okay, then designed specially for May or June 23. Then look at the fees part, 19,999. Click on view offers. Once you click on view offers, what is the code? Never forget the code. The code is Y432. Y432. It's a code which will give you huge discounts. Okay. Click on apply. Look at this. Once you click on the click apply, see this 19,999 reduces to 4,599. 77% off you are getting. So go for this batch immediately. And I would suggest one more point. If you want more than one batches, there are various batches for JIB and CIB going on. Okay. So you can, instead of going for a single batch, I would suggest go for the Mahapack. In Mahapack, what happens? You get many batches. Many batches means, look at this. See this JIB ka Mahapack. Click on this. How many batches are you getting? Look at this. Just go through the thing. Go through the same. See this. 15 plus batches. Look at. See here. I'll show you over here. Yeah. 15 plus batches for PPB, IFS, AFM and RBWM. 15 plus batches. Even if you attend a single batch once, then also 15 times you will be attending the same subject. There are more chances that you learn it by then and there itself. 600 plus case study batches, then 30 plus full length mock tests. All these things you can read at your ease. Okay. Again the fees part. Never forget the code Y432. 32796. Click on view offers. Okay. Click the code Y432. Click on apply. Look at this. Now 32796 reduces to 7543. Such a huge discount, 77% off you are getting. Go for it immediately. Why? Because here you will be needing a guide for clearing these JIB, CIB exams now. Why? Because the portion has changed. What is the new portion? Let's look at the new portion. Okay. See this. These are the 4 compulsory subjects now for JIB and DBF also. Those who are not in banking and attending the session, kindly note, you can also give the DBF exam. Indian Economy and Financial System, PPB, Accounting and Finance Management for Bankers, and Retail Banking and Wealth Management. These are the 4 important subjects. Okay, and importantly, negative marking has been removed now. There is no negative marking. That's a good news for you all, isn't it? Good news. I'll write it over here, isn't it? It is a good news for you all. The negative marking has been removed. but these 4 subjects are new ones, so you'll definitely need a guide. Okay, so do join the batch. I'll be back tomorrow with another